Hey, everybody. Welcome to Members Only Chat live stream. We're going to talk about, there's a little news today on the goalie front in that Montreal fired goalie coach Eric Raymond and they replaced him. Let me actually get my stuff here. Where did I have that? Here. They fired Eric Raymond and they replaced him with, I don't remember his name now, Marco Marciano. Marco Marciano is the goalie coach in Laval that worked with Monty when he went down for his stint there, and did a good job. And I guess the time that Monty's been up here, he's gotten away from whatever that guy was teaching him. So, anyways, they made the move. They fired Raymond, and so we'll see what's going to happen with the goalies right now. I don't know. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say about it. Anyways, you guys out there. Let's see. We got Guru's in the room. At least a Guru. I can always count on Guru for these for the members only streams. And funny thing, it's showing me now how many people are here. Isn't that weird? They fired the goalie coach, and already today there's video of the two goalies working with the new guy. He's the interim coach for the rest of the season. And then I saw something from Jeff Gorton talking about it. I think he's going to be the goalie coach going forward. It seems like it to me from what he said about the guy that he'll be the permanent one, but right now he's the interim. We'll see what that means. I think it's a good idea. I think it's what the problem was. Matt and I were sort of talking about, well, not sort of. I guess we were talking a little bit about this on the last podcast, Abnormals, that is out there right now. So you can go check it out. We mentioned that, like what they might do with Monty going forward. I guess it looks like I was right in what they were going to do is basically play Dobish. Dobish will start tomorrow. And now they got the new goalie coach, so we'll see. I'm sure they're going to work heavily in the 3 weeks of the break, and I think that's it. I don't think they're going to make a move. And besides, I mean, who are they going to go get? Like, honestly, who are they going to go get that's going to be better? Everybody I've heard so far from Monty has not been better. So I think the thing to do is to get Monty fixed. Not like he needs to be neutered, but to fix him up. So I think that's what their plan is. I mean, that's what I see happening. Guru, it already did help because that's the guy he worked with in Laval. So sometimes, a change is as good as a vacation, as they say. I mean, that's what the case here is probably, it's just a change of scenery for a player. A change of coach sometimes, can help. And it seemed to do positive stuff for him, already. So, yeah, I think it's a good move. I don't think Monty's that far off either. Because, I mean, in the Boston game, I didn't see a lot of it. So, but he had a really, as much as he screwed up in the last, say, third period, he had a really solid game up to that point. So, from what I can tell. So, yeah, I mean, is all of this all on Monty? I don't think it's all on him, but I mean, obviously, he's got some work to do yet. Especially, we're going to make the playoffs. I'd like to go into the playoffs with a veteran goalie and not two rookies, if they call it Fowler, and trade Monty. Or I don't know who they would trade Monty for. Like, who would come back? I don't know. I don't want Binnington. That's what I've heard is Binnington. I mean, name it. Name a goalie that Joe Hoffer is not better. It's not. These are not. Okay, Binnington's been a number one goalie, I guess, but I mean, he's not playing very well. Hey, Joe, how's it going? So yeah, I mean, I think this is I think it's a positive move for Montreal, and not really a move that we kind of thought of, in thinking what they can do about Monty. That's not really a move. I mean, I sort of did. I think I mentioned it in the podcast that he had worked with that guy in Laval. So I mentioned something about it. I don't remember exactly what I said. Guru says Panarin is sitting until further notice. Yeah, I saw that. Alex put it up in our group chat. Until after the Olympics, which means what? It means they're going to trade him and they don't want him to get hurt, right? I mean, I don't blame him for that. The only thing is, like, if he doesn't play now till after the Olympics, so now we're looking at a month, a little bit under, right? If you're trading for Panarin and he's been sitting for a month, that's not great, right? And especially at that point when the Olympics are done, basically 25 games left for most teams, in that right around 25. Habs will have 25 left. So, yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I'm not surprised they're doing it. It's a hell of an asset, and you got to figure it'll be a pretty good return for Panarin, right? So you want to make sure he doesn't get hurt before you're trading him. Let me put this thing up so you guys can see the comments. I don't know why I didn't have that up there. All right. It looks as though it is more of a coaching problem, although goalies themselves are to blame, but not as much as coaching. Well, that's what we're talking about. It seems like it is. Matt and I were talking about this on Hab Normals because we did a little at the end of the pod. We talked about the stuff going on with the goalies, and I mean, I mentioned it that the guy in Laval did a good job with him, so maybe they'll do something there. Or I think what I said was they'll go with Dobish probably 4 of the 5 games, and then they'll work heavily on Monty in the 3 weeks off. So it seems to me that's what they're doing. So am I brilliant, or it just makes sense? It just makes sense. I didn't think about the goalie coach though, because I mean that makes sense too. Hey there, Nucci. How you doing? How you doing out there? So this is supposed to be a members only chat. The problem with that is, and believe me, YouTube, they push you to do members only chats. Great way. They don't have an option for it just to be members only to chat. It is subscribers and members. So it's like a normal live stream, but it's basically, I'm doing it this way right now to encourage the subscribers to maybe, grab a membership. It's $1.99 and go from there. I will be, looks like I'm going to be, might be revamping a little bit the memberships, the tiers. But that was based on the fact that I could do this as a members only chat to encourage people to take memberships, but that didn't pan out. So the next time I have one of those little sessions there, YouTube creator sessions, I'm going to ask them, you push this and tell us to do it, and then you don't have an option for it. I don't understand it, No, Nucci, you're allowed to chat. Don't worry. I'm not going to tell you, like, you're not a member, you're not allowed to chat in here. I'm not ICE. So of course you can chat. If I didn't want you to chat, I would have just made it a members only live stream, which I've been doing, but I'm going to do a little bit of both, hopefully encourage people to take some memberships. And then till I find out what the hell maybe I'm doing something wrong, and I kind of think I would have to stream directly on YouTube, which I don't. I do it through StreamYard. So I'm thinking that's the answer they're going to give me. Yeah, if you stream directly on YouTube, but I don't like streaming directly on YouTube because there's a lot of stuff I can't do directly on YouTube. I got to be doing OBS, and I don't know. I can't. I'm not technically good enough to use or to do OBS. So I do StreamYard, and that might be why I can't do that. So I'll find out. Anyway, so we can talk about the goalie situation, although I think I summed it up. I don't know what else to say about it. But if you guys got any questions or you heard anything, or you want to talk about something else, we don't have to talk about the goalies. That was just I need something to put on the thumbnail and need a topic to start with. But I mean, if all goes well, we're here for an hour. We got we got a lot of time to talk. So if there's anything over the last little while you want to ask about, or you haven't been able to find out there that I might know, just ask away. Other than that, I don't really have anything. These are very laid back sessions. I should do a little more stuff to prepare to do. I don't know. I can't think of anything these days. I've been very lazy these days too. I don't know what it is. I got to get over that. I don't know if it's because it's winter and I just don't feel like doing anything in the winter. But it's not good. I got to get over that. So just a bout of, I think it's a bout of laziness that's been going on for a few months. All right, I'm trying to think what might have happened today. I didn't see anything much happening out there in Habs land anyway, except the news for the goalie coach. I mean, that's enough. Nice win the other night. Last night, it was a pretty nice win last night. That wasn't last night, Saturday night. Oh, I'm even going crazy. It was last night. We're Wednesday, right? Oh, Jesus, Rick. Yeah, so last night's game was a pretty good ending. Saturday night, I was sick. That's right. I didn't see the Saturday game. My excuse of that is I had a weekend of food poisoning, so my brain's not all there. That's my excuse. Cole is going at such a good pace. I don't think it's sustainable. Well, it's not, but we'll take it as long as it can go. I mean, that he's got 9 goals in 6 games. That's not sustainable. 1.5 goals per game. It's not even sustainable like at all, right? For very few players. How many players have scored a goal a game? 2, 3, maybe in there. Trying to think now. Gretzky had 92 goals once. I want to say Brett Hull. And who else could have had 82 goals in a season? I think that's it, right? Those are the only 2. Anyway, yeah. So it's not sustainable. But what it is has put him almost assuredly to hit 40 goals. All right, he needs 10 in 29 games. I'm pretty sure he can accomplish that. He's got 30 in 53 games. I'm not sure what that pace is. Is that equal to that? I don't know if it is, but it's. I'm pretty confident Caulfield will hit 40 now. Where for a while there before this, he was sitting at he was still in 21. I wasn't sure. Now I'm pretty sure he'll hit it. I can't. Something would have to go really bad the rest of the way for him not to get it. Yeah, I mean, for sure, 40 goals. I'll take 40. I predicted 50, but it was more of a hope than an actual prediction. Hey there, Phil. How's it going, Phil? Cole will have a break and gets to recharge his batteries before the business end of the season. You got to think that can either work 2 ways, right? When you think about it, right? It's either great because he's rested and all that, and he can make a really big push, or he can get a little rusty and maybe take a few games to get back going. That can throw him off. And being in the Olympics could just be keeping him in that rhythm. I'd rather him have the time off, and if there's any little nagging injuries or stuff like that, he's healed up and he's ready to go. You wish everyone all the most and all the best. So I get all the most. Can I go ask for it and tell them that you said I can have it? That's what I'm going to do. I want all the most money you have in that bank. And Phil said I can have it, and he wishes it for me. Just joking, though, Phil. Yeah. Anyway, so like I said, anything you guys want to talk about other than that while I'm babbling away here? You never know what'll come out of my mouth sometimes. Looking forward to tomorrow's game. It's Colorado. Yeah, I'm not. I'm gonna pick Montreal. I can tell you right now, I'm picking Montreal. Don't know the score yet that I'm gonna take. I think Colorado can be beaten right now. Whereas earlier in the season, it was like, yeah, not in regulation anyway, right? They had only lost 2 in regulation, but they've lost 6 of their last 10, I think. 6 of their last 10. They're in a slump. I guess that's a slump for them, right? It's a slump. So I think they're beatable, possibly, and they're here in Montreal, and I say, why not? Joe, can I tell you right now for just a second? I hate you right now. It's so cold here. You're going to go for a swim. No, that's awesome, though. All the best. Enjoy the swim if you go. You're currently watching Habs versus Sens. I'm currently watching the chat here. No, I didn't. Oh, this is something I didn't know. Habs are playing tonight. Nice. So they're on the second game of back-to-back, too? Nice. I'm going to put this here in case I don't see it tomorrow. I don't see why I wouldn't. Notes for, the stuff I read, you guys, at the beginning of the game. That's what I'm... Excuse me. We have swimming pools, but Phil, okay, here's the challenge. Go swimming outside right now. Go find a swimming pool and swim in it right now, outdoors. That's the challenge. We do have indoor ones. I get it. No, but I don't think I didn't get from Joe that she's going to be going indoors to swim in the summer. She's in Australia and it's summer there, Phil. But of course, we have indoor swimming pools. No, you can, but you can polar swim. I'm not going to do that. So my challenge to you is you go do a polar swim, just a dunk, just and come out. I challenge you to do that. You wouldn't catch me dead. Well, I think I'd be dead if I did it. Well, Joe, I would imagine you guys have indoors and outdoor pools too. I'm just saying it's summer there, so it's warm. You go outdoor swimming, I would think. We live in Quebec and in Canada in general, so Phil, at this time of year, yeah, it's free refrigeration. A lot of people do that. They put stuff out on the balcony or whatever. Well, we're Canadian. We're not strangers to cold, but would you do a polar swim though? That's all I'm saying. Would you do it? I wouldn't. Would I go swimming indoors? Of course, I'd go to an indoor pool. I think ours here in Dorval, I think it's on the fritz. They're fixing it or something. So what you're saying is you would do that? I mean, I'm Canadian. I wouldn't do it. I'm not a polar bear. But I know some people can handle it. I just no. Maybe when I was young, but not now. No way. I wore a toque to bed the other night. I slept all night with a toque on my head. I'm not going in the water in a polar swim. No way. You take out the trash in bare feet, you're crazy. You're nuts if you do that. I leave the polar plunges to polar bears and penguins and the like. Last I checked, none of those were in my family on my family tree. I mean, even when I was younger, I don't think I would ever do something like that, but I could handle like cold water a lot more than I can't today. At my age today, nope, not happening. 17 more days of being 62. In 17 days, I'm no longer 62 years old. The March of Time. When I was young, it was the March of Dimes, but now it's the March of Time. And I'm poor, so I could use the dimes. And I'm just trying to be a comedian, just don't know how. All right, so let me see. We just got Guru, Joe, Phil, and Nucci are here. Am I correct? You guys all? Oh, there says 6 people. Who else is here? It's a members only kind of chat. Don't be shy, everybody. Whoever's here, say hi. You have penguins in Australia at the zoo. We have penguins at the zoo here too. But seriously, do you have penguins in Australia? Why would you have penguins in Australia? What happened? They heard the song "Come from a Land Down Under," and they came to check it out. They're wild little penguins near North Head. What? So what happens if you come across them? They take out a switchblade and they threaten you, and they run around all the time, drink a lot, do drugs. Just having fun with you, Joe. They're freaky penguins. They do freaky shit. Lots of hand and butt stuff. You came here for hockey talk and you got hand and butt stuff. Look at that. Not so sure how much YouTube likes that, but all right. Who's got anything else? Who's got anything else to talk about? I think what I got to get back to doing, and I stopped doing this. I used to keep, I write everything on paper, so and just keep a running sheet. Any news out there in hockey, I would write it down, and I would have all kinds of stuff. I got to get back to doing that. I don't do that anymore, unless it's for the Habs, So I write it down for the game, but I got to do more of that. I've gotten away from a lot of stuff I used to do. I don't know what's up with that. Gotten too comfortable. I've got to get, and it's probably true. I've got too comfortable with this. I've got to find a way to light a fire under my ass. Penguins look delicious. I hope you're not serious about that, Phil. Penguins can be found as far as the Galapagos Islands, really, or Galapagos Islands. Excuse me. I didn't know that. Was it cold there? And it's north, so I imagine it is. And in Chile, from what I understand, it's cold in Chile. It's not cold in Chile. Why would they be in Chile? It's not cold there. No, they can't be delicious. No. The Galapagos Islands are off Ecuador, so that's got to be warm there. So why would penguins be in a warm climate? I'm confused. Educate me. Why? I don't understand why they would be there. And also, Chile is a great meal, great country, and a great meal. Spelled differently, though. Okay, I guess then that would be the answer. What about the Galapagos Islands, though? So there are warm weather penguins. See, you're teaching me something. I did not know that. I was this many years old when I learned that there are warm weather penguins. Bat poop is good for growing for growing pot. Did you know that? Bat guano, very good for growing pot. You got to make a tea with it. Just don't drink it. So you're saying the warm weather penguins are smaller? Is that what you're saying, Joe? And also, they're not only all kinds of different penguins, and maybe some are delicious, and some really, really piss Batman off all the time. So bad joke, Rick. That's just a bad joke. They use bat guano in explosives, really? Actually, I think I knew that. I think I actually knew that. I think I'd heard that before. But I just know that I've used it before for growing pot. And well, not me, but my dad used to be good with that. And we'd make a tea, and you'd water it in, and it was really good. Obviously, not just bat guano. Hey, Paul, how you doing, Paul? What is wrong with the goalies? Well, first of all, nothing wrong with Jacob Dobish. I thought Dobish was pretty good last night, so I don't think there's anything wrong there. I think with Monty, it's just the wrong goalie coach, and that's why they fired the goalie coach and they brought in the guy that was in Laval. That is, I guess he's going to do both, or they're bringing a new guy in Laval, and that helped Monty when he went to Laval for a little bit. He's now the interim goalie coach here in Montreal. So I think that's going to help a lot. Little Penguins. Is that like that's the name of it? Should be the name of a rock band. Is Monty on his way out? I mean, this to me, changing the coach signals that he's not on the way out. Right? To me, that signals he's not on the way out. They brought this new guy in to work with Monty. So I guess because I said this really early, for the people that are here later, my opinion is, and I said this in my the Have Normals podcast, the last one. They're going to ride Dobish probably 4 out of the 5 games, and that's before last game, and maybe 5, all 5 games before the Olympic break. And they're going to work heavily with him, with the new coach. They're already doing it. You can see video out there of the 2 goalies working with the guy. and they're going to try to turn Monty around. I mean, that's really what it is. So, because who are they going to go get? What coaches what goalie is available that they can go get? That's good, an improvement. What goalie? I don't think there is one. So. Told you that Pulse has told you that Fowler helped Montembeault. That is why he is playing better. How did Fowler do? Is Fowler a coach now? Fowler did not help him. Marco Marciano, that's the new goalie coach. That's the guy that helped Monty. Because if you remember, when Monty went to Laval, Fowler was in Montreal. And I don't know how Fowler could have helped Monty out if that's the case. I don't see how that would have been. Oh, I didn't know that Pascal Vincent and that this guy's have been together that long. Anyways, he's now here in Montreal. I imagine he's still doing Laval, and because Laval, it's so close. It's not hard for them to him to do both teams. But yeah, I think it's a good move. I really do. Phil, they apparently spoke to Alan Walsh, who's Fleury's agent, and they obviously couldn't work out anything. But apparently, they made the inquiry and talked to him. You're saying, Joe? You're saying because they mine the bat guano, it's ruined some of these islands? I didn't know that. Does a goalie coach travel with the team? I think only when necessary. I don't think in general that they do. But I think if they need to, why wouldn't they? So, but I don't think they do really very much. So the reason probably why he can work both teams. Not often when teams are on a road trip that they can do a lot. They get a lot of practice time anyway. How the goalie coach might have helped Monty. Paul, I have no idea what you're saying. You're not making sense, buddy. I'm sorry. Phil, I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. And if you can see my face, you'd know I'm lying. Yeah, I only heard about this. I'm not sure. The other day, anyway, when I was sick, I that's why I didn't. I would have. I don't mind mentioning it to you that I was wrong, but it turns out you were right that they were interested and they checked it out. But I guess Fleury wasn't coming out of retirement. All right. This day in 1918 says bye bye. All Skinner. What? All Skinner and Joe Hall. Alf Skinner and Joe Hall get into altercation. Six swing brawl. Arrested and fined $15 and a suspended sentence. In 1918, Jesus. Beginning of the First World War? No. No. Yeah, I mean, I don't. Marc-Andre Fleury could be a goalie coach one day, but he'd have to go coach somewhere, and work his way up a little bit and get some training that way. I don't think they just bring a guy like that right after he retired into coach anyway. That's interesting, Phil. I never heard that one either. Yeah, that's okay. I don't need to read that. How do you know all this stuff? How is Fowler doing in Laval? I don't know exactly, to be honest with you. I don't know. I don't think he's doing bad. I think we would have heard that, but I don't know his record or anything right now. Who's getting excited for Team Canada? I mean, yes, I'm working up to it. Don't forget, we got a week. Once the last game, and then before the first tournament game, there's like a week off. It's the 11th, the first men's game. It's your degree in literature? Yeah, I forgot you had a degree in literature. Will I be making feed? I make myself. I make feed every day. That's how I eat. Will I be doing the Canada games? Yeah, I'm going to be doing the Canada games. But remember, they're early. There's nothing really late. Although I think there's 6:15. I want to say 6:15 is the latest game in the day. So it's not that much earlier, but yeah, I'm going to be doing them. You pick Sweden to win? Traitor. Why would you pick Sweden to win over Canada? I know you're going to say the goalies. Have you seen our forward group, though? I don't think there's a team in the tournament that can match the forward group. At least that's what from the. I mean, I've looked at the rosters. I think Canada has the best team on paper anyway. So now the goaltending, you can say, okay, it's not maybe the best goaltending in the tournament, but you don't need the best goaltending in the tournament. You honestly don't. You need good goaltending, yes, but you don't need the best. The ice is shorter, Paul, but apparently it's not going to make a difference. And players have played on that like that short, and nobody's got a problem with it. Players don't care about. They just want to go play. What about Marty having almost no coaching jobs and jumping to the NHL? I believe Marc-Andre Fleury could be a goalie coach tomorrow if he wanted. Okay, I'm going to challenge it in only this way. Marty was basically a coach already before he even finished playing. He was a student of the game. If you hear anybody talking about him, I don't know that that's the same with Marc-Andre Fleury. If it is, I would agree with you, but I don't know about that. So ice is shorter and it's fast. How do you know it's fast? You've ever seen it? Joe, Canada's defense is good as anybody's, I think. Offense, the forwards are, I think, the best in the tournament. And then the goaltending is not that it's bad; it may not be the best, but I think Logan Thompson's good. Bennington is good in big games. So I think the goaltending's okay. I'm going Canada all the way. Paper is paper, ice is ice. They got an ice problem in the USA, just not that ice, but they got a big effing ice problem. Yep. Okay, Paul, what are you saying? There. Wait. Those freaking Americans. Three. Wait, where am I? What am I seeing here? I think I put two comments together, and I got confused. Okay, BL. Those freaking Americans, 3 goalies are better than any of ours. Yeah, but okay, but BL. First of all, they can only play one at a time. That's number one. Right? And Logan Thompson, who I kind of think is going to be the starting goalie, can go in and have a fantastic tournament. It's a 7-game tournament for if you go all the way. 7 games. It's not that they're playing tons of games. They just have to be good. If you're good, you can win. I don't disagree with you though that the USA has the best goalies in the tournament. Okay, now saw the ice. Yes, there was an exhibition played on it and saw about 10 minutes. And that's enough to tell you that the ice is fast. Fine, that's fine. It's fast. It's ice. I'm telling you, if he doesn't have the mind, just because he's a good goalie all his career doesn't mean he's going to be a good coach. That's number one, right? It doesn't mean that he's going to be a good coach. So it's to say because Marty did it, Marc-Andre Fleury could do it is not valid at all. It's possible that he could do it, but it doesn't just because the other guy did it. No, that's not a valid statement. There's an outdoor game Saturday. I didn't even know. Yeah, that's funny. So what? It's outdoor. You got to play in the snow. I'm not answering that, Paul. Anyway, I'll be back on cam in a minute. So far, so good. That's good. Awesome so far. What else we got? What else you got to throw at me? Throw them at me. Oh, it's that Tampa game. Yeah. That's the one where what ice are they playing? Right? Where I made a fool of myself. That's what you're saying? Hope the ice doesn't melt. What do you think, Paul? You think it's going to be fast ice outdoors in Tampa? I don't know if I want the Sens to beat Colorado because that would mean, like, if Colorado wins tonight, first game of the back-to-back, they play us tomorrow. Yeah, they could. It's likely they could lose that game. They lose tonight, they're probably going to want to really win that game tomorrow. I don't know. Makes sense, but. You were talking to a guy in Florida today. Why were you talking to anybody? Why would you do that? No, I'm just bugging. And he said it was 52 Fahrenheit with flurries. Are they still getting that? Yeah, because the South got a winter. They got winter weather. The South suffered big time in this last weekend and all the weather. It's not coming out of my mouth for some reason. So yeah, Didn't I see something somewhere, and I don't know if it just happened? The Sahara Desert, they had some snow and ice. So, it's the end of the world. Biel, I think that's an assumption on your part to say that. And we know from a lot of people, from him himself, he's a brilliant hockey mind, as a lot of people say, and he's always been a student of the game. Talk coaching wanted to be a coach for a long time. You don't know that about Fleury, do you? Don't make fun of my coach. Sahara Desert does snow sometimes? Well, there you go. Someone tell me what Paul is talking about. You heard it. You heard me, BL. I'm not an ass kisser. I wouldn't kiss your ass. Not even if you paid me. Well, it depends how much. They even ski in parts of the Middle East. That's when the big cocaine shipments come in, though. I'm just joking, obviously. Again, what is this? I don't understand this. What is this? Lots of snow, then they use white tape so the goalie don't see the puck. What are you talking about, man? I'm confused. Well, another about 10 minutes or so. They play hockey in Qatar. I don't call it Qatar, by the way. I call it Qatar. No, but Ken Hughes. I would kiss Ken Hughes' ass. Well, it's so cute with his bald head. How could you not? Not twice on Sunday, okay? I draw a line on Sundays at twice, okay? And I resemble that comment. I don't. What else are you going to accuse me of? Any trade predictions? No. Only that I don't think they make a trade till after the Olympics. I don't see any trades in the next 4 games. I'm not going there with you again, Phil. You just fed me a line so that you can come in again with the same stuff that from like last week. I'm not doing that again. Paul, I understood the words you wrote. I don't understand why you wrote that. How did that come up at all? It's like very random. I don't get where that came from. So did I miss something? Trade everyone for anyone named Galley. Your name's Gallagher. We want you. Well, Phil wants you. Because Steph said it was going to snow. Now you make me scroll back now. Where did he say it was going to snow? Oh, Elliot Friedman said they're forecasting snow on Saturday night for the outdoor game. That's what he said. And then I guess since you said, then now maybe your comment makes sense to me a little bit. Natchez just got hurt in that game. Oy. Well, it'll be good for us tomorrow. Oh, us. Wait. That's something Paul's very right about. Yeah, I think Laine's a possibility to be traded at the deadline. I mean, I hope they do at the deadline. Kirby Doc, I don't know, but I guess they kind of the fact that he's got an expiring contract. I guess so, right? Kirby Doc has to be an option there. We got a new player, Gallagher. Let's see. You keep the 20-year-olds. What 20? You're talking about Line A and Doc? Well, like if you're not resigning them, you really shouldn't be keeping them, right? So if you know already, well, we're not resigning Line A and we're not resigning Doc, then you need to move them. If you don't try to move them at the very least, it's bad. It's very bad asset management. All right. Montreal is not rumored to be in on Pedersen anymore. I don't believe. Not rumored, as far as I know, to be in on Panarin. I haven't read anything. Binnington rumor. I don't know if it was like an actual rumor or just fans making up a rumor. And Marc-Andre Fleury, apparently they, and I don't know how far back that goes though, but apparently they spoke to Alan Walsh about it. Why would we need a 34-year-old winger, Paul? Explain to me why we need a 34-year-old winger. Biel, tell us how you really feel, though, okay? Tell us how you really feel. One thing, though, Biel has been is consistent on it, so we'll give him that, right? And I don't necessarily disagree with him either, but yeah, I mean, there's no reason Montreal needs to go and trade for Panarin. None at all. None. Nada. Nothing. In my opinion. For the playoffs, a sniper. We got a sniper. You want to take goals away from Caulfield by bringing somebody else, and from what I understand, anyway, Panarin's more of a playmaker than a sniper. Panarin a sniper? Am I reading that wrong? And Guru, he deserved the poking at, no doubt. Well, if you can't take it, you definitely shouldn't dish it out. That's for sure, Phil. So, yeah, you got to be able to. If you can hand it out, you got to be able to take a little bit of it too. Okay, still waiting for the explanation of how is Panarin a sniper. Anybody? Going once? Going twice? BL says no to Panarin, no to Kadri. I agree. No to Pedersen. I agree. Yes to Thomas. Now, I would not mind having a Robert Thomas, but I mean the cost is exorbitant. It's going to be exorbitant, so no. And I don't know about Lafreniere for me. Hey, Wolverine would love Panarin, but just like Line A, where does he fit into the group, into the lineup? I don't see where. Phil says me Stutzling. You're talking about Stutzla? No, never. Not Stutz. Why would you even mention him? Have a good one there, Paul. I was just having fun with you, and you're leaving before explaining how Panarin is a sniper, so unfortunately. Panarin is a spiner. He's a spiner. What does a spiner do? If he's a sniper in the Army, doesn't make him a sniper in the NHL because he's not. He's a playmaker more than anything. Especially now at 34, he doesn't get the same goal totals that he used to. Another night, you're going to do some research. Do your research. I'm looking forward to hearing. I mean, I think I just explained it, but that's okay. Have a good one, though, Paul. And on that note, though, another couple of minutes, and I'm going to do the same. I'm not going to go to bed, though. If I was in bed at 9 o'clock, I would be up at 1. And then be like, what do I do now? All right, so Wolverine, yeah, I mean, he's a rental. What do we need a rental for, first of all? I mean, I do believe we'll make the playoffs and all that. Do I think that they're a contender that you would need to go and get a rental? No. That's one thing. He's a winger. I don't think we have a problem on the wing. And he's not a sniper. He is a good playmaker. There's nothing wrong with that. But he's 34. You're going to pay a big price to get him. No. Well, Joe, make up your mind. Hey, make up your mind. All right. I think on that note, I'm going to take off. All right. So the game tomorrow, usual time, 7 o'clock. It is Colorado. Hopefully they will be coming off of I don't know, whatever. They played tonight, so they'll be on second game of back-to-back, which is great. And hopefully it'll be a good game. That would be really good if it was a good game. And then Saturday we got the last game of the season with Buffalo, and good thing it's the last game of the season with them. But hopefully it'll be, we'll get a win in there. Hopefully. What do I think of Evander Kane? I think I do not want him on the team. No, I mean, is he an RF? Is he a UFA at the end of the season? No, I just said I don't think there's any room for a rental. There's no need. There's no need to have a rental player here. We're not contenders. Why would you need a rental? Anybody got an answer to that? I guess everyone's saying goodnight. All right. So next time we see each other, answer me that. You don't have to go home. That's the song, right? Closing time. Closing time. All right, everybody. That's it. I'm going to call it. Thank you for being here. To all the members, to the subs that were here, to everybody that was here. Thank you for being here. And I will see you tomorrow for the Colorado game. Until then, stay safe out there. Peace out, y'all. And have a good night. Because why not? Got anything better to do but have a good night? Anyway, have a good night, everybody. And I will see you tomorrow. Ciao.